everybody. It's the program. I love you. We're on TV. Here we go once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines. And then we start talking. We're going to be here for an hour. It's this. What's this like? What's life like? How are we surviving today? Can we live? Can we make it? I think we could. I have some good time in my mind. I'm believing that the future will hold strong and that we'll be okay. Everything will be fine. That's all you need is a little belief, a little faith. I'm telling you, viewers, have faith in me, and I will, salvation. I'll bring salvation to you. Have faith in me, for I am the Lord, and I will bring salvation to your doorstep. Today it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and it's episode 2705. We made it all the way from 2704, which was yesterday, to today, 2705. Who would have thought that we would have made it this far? Not me. So we say, hey, you think you're going to make it to 2705? I'd say, heck no. Heck no. Maybe I would make it to 10. If you ask me on day 5, and now here we are. 8 years later, running, moving, and jiving. Juking. You ever play Madden? Juking. They juke around to get through their down the field, and they were trying to score points. Like, hey, how'd you do? We tried to run the ball today. We tried our hardest to run the ball, but their defense is strong. Well, I knew their defense was going to be strong coming up to it, and I knew that I would have to just put my best foot forward to try to run some yards today. It's like, how do you feel again? Well, we tried. We threw the ball. We tried to run. We tried to run the ball. We tried to throw the ball. We tried to get down the field. And today we made it down all the way across, and we scored. We did our hard. We worked hard. Coach put in his best. I put in my best. We had a defense. We had an offense. We ran all the way down the field, and I think I feel good about my game today. Well, that's what counts, isn't it? How are you feeling? Good. If you feel good about what you did today, I think that's the important thing. LeBron, they're running down the field. I tried to make a field. I scored some field goals today. What are we going to do today? Live. What are we going to do every day? It's like, that's what, hopefully we're going to live. That's what you can say to people, and they're like, oh, what's the plan? What are you going to do? It's like, hey, you want to go do a thing? And it's like, oh yeah, I do, but what kind of thing we're going to do? Oh, I was thinking about living. You think we should live? I don't know. It's just it's a thought I'm having today. I'm thinking, it's like, here's your choices. Living or dying. It's like, oh, well, I think today I'm going to go with living. Whoa, plants. Ever tried that? Just live. Why are you trying to do things? Like, oh, I got to do things. You're going to wake up in your day, and you got a thing to do that day? And it's like, oh, I want to just live. And I guess this counts as living. I was almost about to say that I don't ever do that because I'm doing the program every day. So I never wake up and just think, well, today I'm going to live. But that's what we do on the program now is live. So it used to be talk, so I used to be saying, oh, I better get there and say things. I better talk. But instead, I'm just going to live now. I mean, I could just silently live. Well, where's the fun in that? I guess I'm not being forced to talk. I guess if it came down to it, I could sit here. And the other day I did sleep a little bit, and sometimes I'm not saying things, like real things. So these days can go by and they can happen, and you don't have to be like saying things, like other things, like not things are okay too. But I think the words are there, and they're good to say, and they're good to hear to me, and it's a better way to fill the time, because if I was just sitting here and not saying things, that wouldn't be fun for anybody, now would it be? Maybe for a few of you out there, viewers, some of you sick viewers, maybe if you're feeling kind of sick, then maybe you would do that. You'd take enjoyment in just watching a voyeur, and I'm not doing things, I'm not saying things. And is that what you're tuning in for? It's like, well, what do I got to say today? Well, what do I have to say any day? So today I'm saying things and living this time. And so this is, you know what I have to say today? Viewers, is this whole thing. This is what I'm saying, and this is what I have to say. And this is not what I have to say. You know, there's like this is what I have to say. I have to say something. It's like, no, I don't have something to say, or I don't have to say something, but this is what I have to say. I don't have to say it though. Like, you say like, this is what I have to drive. And you show, it's like, this is what I have to drive, and then that's the road. You can look at a map and you say, this is what I have to drive. Or you can look at your car and you can point your car and say, this is what I have to drive. Like, this is my options, or you have two cars or something. Or a bicycle and cars, and you point your own feet too. You say, this is what I have to drive. It's like, are you driving? I'm driving my own feet. Counts, maybe. I would say more like walking. I would call that walking. And you're like, oh, I'm going to go drive my feet down the street today. I'm going to go drive my feet up the mountain today. You mean walking? Say, no, I'm feet driving. Kind of walk. Peasants are going to walk anywhere. I don't walk anywhere. I'm driven. I drive everywhere, and people drive me. Or things drive me. I drive the things. Those things are my feet. Like, those feet are you. And I don't know, I'm not my feet. I don't, like, connect with my feet. I'm myself. I'm an entity riding this thing, this body. I'm not the body. The body is my slave. And it walks me around. I think you are your body, though. I don't think that you're just driving this thing around. I think it's part of you. Maybe it's not all of you, but it's definitely, I would say most of you. And you're not driving your feet. Your feet don't drive. You drive yourself. You're walking. Don't say feet driving. What's the point? They're like, oh, I'm feet driving. They say, what? What does that mean? Like, in most contexts, except for here on the program, things are better when they take less time to explain. But here, we're kind of living in an opposite reality where the longer it takes to explain the thing, the better it is. And sometimes things take longer to explain. So like this concept of feet driving, I'm talking about this for as long as I can. And how long is that going to be? I mean, minutes? I don't know how long I've been talking about feet driving. Are you keeping track of this stuff? We got a statistics? Somebody's doing statistics on making sure that I'm like talking about feet driving for like a good amount of time and not like dragging the feet driving thing. Like, I have things to say, feet driving things. Don't count me out. Look at this giant light over here. Oh yeah, it's in this whole dark. There's a dark zone, and oh, my hand is the plant too. Back there, you see the plant. How you doing, plant? Are you feeling hydrated? Maybe it is climbing that. Is it climbing the camera? Or I think somebody better put it up there. I'm not really sure. Is it growing down? Maybe I should try to wrap it around the lamp too. I don't know if it would like that. That might be too close to the sun. Is it going to burn the sun if we get it up there? I think it'd probably be okay. I don't know, I think it was Freddie told me that the thing's going to be climbing up the lamp and to be looking out for it, but it doesn't seem to be climbing up the lamp yet. It's about right even with the same spot as I remember it being before. It's like slowly climbing. How long of the climb will it be until it reaches the top of that thing? I was out there today on the streets. I rode my bike around a little bit. I was thinking about people who drive their cars. Everybody drives their cars everywhere. I have a bike often, and people want to drive everywhere. Today I was in this experience. People are going to drive only a few blocks or 2 blocks. So why don't you walk? Why don't we walk there? And they're like, what are you, crazy? You want to walk down the street? Like, yeah, I just want to walk down the street. Like, we're going to drive. We're driving down this street here. We don't walk around her. We're drivers. And I'm like, okay, well, it's only a block and stuff, but we're going to hit by a car or something. It's like, you want to get hit by a car or you want to do the hitting? I think those people, maybe they want to do the hitting, and that's not very polite to do. Don't hit people with your car. Love people with your car. Say, like, I don't know how you can love people with that gun. Don't kill people with weapons. Love them with them. Say, here's this gun. Just gift it. Here you go. Here's my car. You can have it. I don't want to drive anymore. You drive, but then you're giving them a lot of stress. It's like the gift of a dog or something. Like, dogs are amazing, and you know, it's a lifetime experience to own a dog and to have a relationship with a dog and to, you know, take care of another living being. It's a fulfilling and amazing experience. I'm sure I've done it a bit. I've dabbled in the whole dog thing, but to give somebody else the dog or just an animal or something and be like, here you go. Here's the gift of responsibility. It's like, well, and they're like, no, I'm giving you the gift of an amazing experience and love and a special kind of love between an animal and a person. And they said, this is going to be, you're going to forge a bond, and this animal is going to love you no matter what, even if it's well, unless you're crazy and rude to it or something, and the animal's not going to. But most of the time, the animal will love you, and maybe it's not love, it's just like food lust. The animal gets confused and thinks that it's a leader, but it might love you forever too. And I think that's like most likely the chance until it dies, and then it's just all sad. It's like, here's 10 years of love, and then a couple of months of sadness and everything. Responsibility, though. Here's this responsibility. You can no longer go on vacations. And it's like, oh, is this a gift? What kind of gift is this? This is a responsibility and an issue. And they said, no, I'm giving you love. This is love. Are you denying love? Why deny love when you could accept it and be a part of it and live a loving life and everything? And they're going to say, like, no, I'm going to take this gift. It's a puppy. It's a puppy. Don't you want a puppy? And they say, no, I don't want the puppy. I want love. They want something else, some other kind of love. Whoa, the milk jug in the thing is wild, isn't it? It's like in front of the plant. Or it's like my hand is floating. And if I can get this to happen even more, I think I probably could. Like oh no, it's only doing one or the other thing. Let's see. Oh, nope, almost. Close, like this. There we go. Well, kinda. It's about the same. Still, wow! Floating jugs in the plant world. It's floating. It's a ghost jug. If everybody's listening to the sounds, because we've been doing the MP3s all the time, but we don't have anywhere to put them. I'll try to get the intern to do it. So like, hey, intern, here's a bunch of MP3s. Do something with them. Well, I'm just going to give them to like some radio. Be like, hey, radio, here's MP3s. Listen to them. Put them on a thing and have them play for like on a loop on some station. I tried doing that one time. I could get back on the internet though, or on the radio. I seen a new spot. Maybe we got shut down by the FCC at this spot. We're gonna go find a new spot. Or I wonder if, yeah, all those other places are still around. But I set them there every few back, at least for the last couple of weeks, because there's been very few swearing times on the show now that we don't have phones. Which I would like. I mean, the phones they're still gone. Somebody told me today they sent me a message about the phones. They're like, "What's with the phones?" And it was the first time that I've ever heard anything about it. So maybe it's been a long enough time without the phones now that people are starting to follow and get concerned about it, or at least like one person is, like slightly. Anyway, this whole phone thing, it was a test to the viewers to see how much they're going to try to get in there and be like, where have you gone? Have you gone somewhere? But those kind of tests are, weird and manipulative kind of tests. Oh, there's an emergency vehicle. I can hear it coming down. Where it is, see, having somebody loved too hard. They got their heart broken, and now they went into cardiac arrest, and they're gonna go try to like fix what love. I gotta fix my love. It's broke. My love's broke. Help me, my love's broke. They're gonna do that. They're gonna go like fix your broken heart, and he said like you gotta be maybe more careful about breaking hearts. You know, people out there, if they were gonna actually like have a problem, and then you would really have to when you put yourself out there, you know, it's like life or death. They're like, I'm putting myself out there. It's like, oh well, maybe you shouldn't have put yourself out there. Like, no, and then they die and stuff. So it's like make sure you don't put yourself out there. And then it's hard to do that. Maybe if I think it was connected to life and death, that you'd have like more control over like putting yourself out there. So if you did put yourself out there in one way, then you would have to like, if it was connected to your like livelihood instead of just your emotions, and maybe you would be more careful about it. But that's kind of sick. It's a sick thought. Be like, well, should I tell them the truth or let them die if those were the options? And like if you were in a one-sided, like, you know, there's nothing quite as sad as one-sided love. When a person loves too much and the other not enough. If you ever got into one of those kind of things, nothing quite as sad. It would be sad, but also be dangerous in this point. And say, well, am I just gonna say it anyway? Say this thing, or are you gonna believe it? Maybe it's almost like that. You can hurt your emotions, and it feels a floating jug. It feels like a real. It feels like you're gonna be dead, but then you're like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be dead, and then you're not dead, and you're fine. You're healthy and stuff. And other people, they're just trying to survive every day. Like, where am I gonna get water today? That's what some people think. Like, I'm thirsty, I need some water, and they're gonna say, like, oh, I am heartbroken, and then somebody say, well, I am dying of thirst, literally dying. If I don't get some water soon, I'm going to die. All I have to drink is like old water that's questionable. And then it's like, if you get sick though, if you get like any kind of disease, but you need extra food. Oh, the water is poison, but it's what I need to survive, and at the same time it's poison though. So it's like, do I need this poison? But I need clean water to survive, but the water is poison, and every time I drink it, it makes me thirstier. Because it makes you sick. I guess you could boil it or something, but then you need like a fire, heat source. And then you're going to use all your wood, and start a wildfire. It's already hot and dry where you are if you don't have any water. It's already so dry that maybe you're going to start a fire. I guess you never start a fire, you know, like on your stove and you heat that thing up. Maybe it's made for that. It's made out of metal or something. Seems like if you had a fire inside your home, that it would, you know, AFI your home. If you had AFI your home, you could burn it down. It seems like it's like, oh, you have fire, whoa, fire. Like, let them use that fire, but people use fire in their house like daily to cook. I have gas in my home. I don't know if that thing's gonna catch on fire one day. Some people, they end up like accidentally gassing themselves too. They get the carbon monoxide detector to detect if they're gonna accidentally gas themselves. I don't know if carbon monoxide is what comes out of the gas pipes though when you're trying to cook food though. Is that carbon monoxide also, or is it something else? Because I think carbon monoxide might come out of those things. I'm not sure. If not from that, then from what? I know it comes out of the car exhaust. But you can't just like light up car exhaust because that would be a waste. Because then if you could just light up car exhaust and the car could just like be fueled by its own exhaust and it'd be a cycle and then it'd be never-ending energy. So I know there's carbon monoxide in car exhaust, and maybe there's like some in the gas that's in the fire, but maybe it's lesser. Maybe it's a different kind of gas. But I know that carbon monoxide detectors are pretty common in homes. But I don't really understand where it comes from. Maybe I should understand it more for my own safety because I do have a gas stove. And there's like carbon monoxide coming out of that thing. I gotta get a detector. But then maybe I'm just gonna be scared. I'm gonna get that detector and then I'm gonna go home and like open it up, put the battery in, then it's going to be like carbon monoxide, they're at lethal levels and you've been living in it for a long time. I'm like, oh no, well, I don't need to know about that. I think I just want to keep going, and what am I going to do about that? It's like, well, I'm going to go shut off my stove or something. But if I've already been living with it for so long, then I think maybe I did it slowly enough and I've developed immunity to it. But I don't think that you can, and I think it's a dangerous thought to think that you could be immune to any kind of these deadly gases, so don't take my advice on just slowly assimilating yourself into deadly gases until you're immune to carbon monoxide, because I don't think that's how it's going to work. I'm pretty sure that if you tried to slowly immune yourself to carbon monoxide, that you'd probably just get slowly sicker and sicker and sicker until you died. And that's what life is, but it might happen a little bit faster for you, maybe very fast actually. I think you could die from carbon monoxide within 24 hours. I don't know, if you stick your head in the oven or something, you die that day. It doesn't take a few days, and oh, I'm gonna, you want to oh, it was me, I'm gonna end it all. Stick your head in the oven for 3 days, and you're like, wow, this is long. I'm coughing. I'm not feeling too good. I'm feeling a little bit sick. When is this whole dying thing gonna happen? It might take a few days, and I don't think it's like that. I think it's only within, maybe you're gonna lose consciousness within 20 minutes or less, probably hopefully less, because still, how long are you going to lie down in the oven? It's not that comfortable. I can't even turn on my oven without having it go off though, and then it would burn you, and then it would burn you. It would also be burning the carbon monoxide off. So you'd cook your own head, but that's horrible way to go. It's not like carbon monoxide where I think it's pretty. You just kind of drift away. Don't want to bake your own head though. Oh man, your head, bake your own head. I'm just gonna bake my own head. That's not a good way at all. But I don't know. No ways are good ways. Don't do that kind of thing. But I don't know if some people have ovens that don't light automatically. I've got a sadness-proof one. I've got a lost love heartache-proof oven. I'm going to stick my head in that oven and try to turn it on. I'm just going to end up baking my own head instead of using the oven to bake, a pie. Are you thinking about baking your own head? Are you heartbroken? You're thinking about baking your own head? Here, bake a meatloaf. Don't bake your own head. Make a meatloaf. Once you bake your own head, then you're going to get burned, and then if you do end up doing that thing in the oven while you're baking your own head, then you'll have the head on, then you head's gonna dry out, or maybe somebody's gonna come and eat you. You're eaten by a bear, and like, oh, this is cooked food. Big juicy brains, that's what people are in there, and you bake your own head. But if it goes out and then you do end up baking your own head, and then you're gonna probably dry out until you catch on fire, burn your whole house down. Your neighbor's gonna think that you died in a fire. Maybe that's probably better than the shame of ending your own life. But maybe that's the point you're trying to do, trying to like prove a point or something. You're calling for help, but you're not calling for help at that point. You're just like saying, you're like, hey, I've been sad. If you feel sad, say something to somebody. Don't just, bake your own head, burn down your house. People are going to think that you died in a fire and that you're dumb. I guess people think you're dumb the other way too. And then you're like, I'm so dumb. But yeah, I guess if you're leading your path down that path, maybe you are dumb. But don't get so dumb. Get smarter. Like, if I'm so dumb, I'm just gonna go for it anyway. Don't do that. There's reasons to live. Your heart will mend. It's not like that thing where you say the heart you're breaking and then you die. It's not like that. You live. Life is pain, maybe. And if you're feeling that, it's the truth. You're feeling the truth, and you can embrace it. And don't try to fight it. Don't try to make your own head. Live it. Live the pain. That's what I say. It's my advice for anybody thinking about baking their own head, especially in these times in the holidays. People like holidays and stuff. Some people do, but I think to me the holidays kind of just remind other people of their own sadness and their own lack of relationships. And they say, well, here's another holiday to remind me of my lack of relationships. And it's this holiday, this February holiday, which maybe I'm just not going to acknowledge today. I'm going to talk about holidays and this one in general, but I won't say it out loud like the Harry Potter thing. But it's just like, I don't have meaningful relationships. I'm sad, want to bake my own head, and want to do that. And it's like meaningful relationships outside of your your birth relationships. Like some relationships that you're born into, those are your family, and that's not something that you've built. And maybe it's easier. Well, I think your family hopefully it's based on a relationship. If it's not, then lots of people aren't, and that's okay too. Often families, though, societal, they're built off of relationships, and you're there too, and you can see it. And on this one, it's like, I didn't even properly build my own relationships. Like, there's Thanksgiving and holidays, and Thanksgiving and Christmas and winter holidays, and those also can remind you of your lack of relationships. But those ones usually aren't so much your fault. I'm gonna feel like your fault. Because if your family is dead or something or whatever, you don't have a family, it's not your fault. You don't have a family, because how could that have happened? I don't know the circumstances unless you've done something wrong. Unless this could be bad. You're like driving the family RV, and the family RV crashes, and like you're driving it and too close to the cliff, and you were drinking. And I killed my entire family, but I survived because I was in the front. My whole family was in the back of the RV sleeping while we were driving up the mountain, and maybe we shouldn't have gone camping up there. I said, Dad, my father, Father wanted to go up in the mountain. He said, you know what I would like to do for Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving, son? Instead of eating, I want to drive this RV, this really tall RV that's kind of top heavy. We're all going to sleep in the bunk. I've built this RV and I've put a bunk on the top so we can all sleep up there. And the thing will be kind of top heavy, but I think it's going to be okay because you're a solo driver. I believe in your driving abilities, son. He said, Dad, I don't know about this. I don't know if we should be driving this rickety RV up the side of this mountain, down these narrow roads where if one mistake could slip us off the road and we go tumbling down, we're so top heavy, we're going to trip over the thing and we're all going to die. And then we're not going to make it up to Thanksgiving. We're all going to be dead. All of us, every single person in the family will be dead. He's like, well, at least we'll die together, son. If we do that, we'll die together, and we won't be, one of us won't be left alive to be mourning and sad forever. That's not, if we die, we'll all die. And if we live, it'll be glorious, and we'll have a great Thanksgiving on the top of the mountain. That's my father voice. Hello, we're going to live on top of the mountain. Or not the Carl Sr. voice does, which is, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this like that? That's Carl's father. This is like remorse for killing your family guy's father. And then you say, oh, I feel remorse. And then you're going to go up there and you're driving up the mountain in the RV and your family is sleeping in this like makeshift bunk at the very top. So like they're up there and all the water, everything's at the top for some reason. The thing is shaking a little bit and you're like, whoa. This thing is shaking. I gotta calm my nerves. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a severe alcoholic. I gotta keep drinking. You know, I told him it was a bad idea, and he knows I was an alcoholic. Didn't you know that, Father? It's your fault. I'm an alcoholic, Father. It's all your fault. So at this point, you're blaming your father for being an alcoholic instead of taking it internally, which will eventually you'll figure out that it is you after you've killed your father. But you're like at this point when it's happening. So this is your father. Like we're driving up the thing. You're like, oh, I'm mad at you, Father. You did me wrong. I feel like you've done me wrong at this point. This is while you're driving up there, and you think that your father has done you wrong, and you start drinking. But then you're all sleeping, expecting me to do the driving. You're bitter and you're drinking. I'm just going to show this family about drinking and driving, and I know we're going to make it up there, but by the time I'm just trying to drink because I'm trying to calm my nerves. I'm upset about things, and you know what I do when I'm upset? I like to drink. And, you know, drinking when you're upset, that's not a good way to deal with your emotions. You know, you can't numb it and drug your emotions away. That's not how things work. They're going to come back more. You know, when people drink, they're like, I'm gonna drink my pain away. But really, it's like maybe you're going to forget about what's going on in the long run. But at the time, it's going to heighten your emotions. It's going to make you less in control of them. Maybe they're going to be about the same, but at least if you're sober, you can deal with them in a rational manner, and you can pat them down. You can say, you know, I'm having these emotions, but hopefully I can like be a person, and I don't have to be I don't have to be controlled by my emotions. I control the emotions. I'm controlled by my emotions, like I'm some kind of like a beast, some kind of angry beast, you know, I don't know what an angry beast like a chihuahua. You know, have you seen the chihuahua try to fight a dog? Like a big dog, like a regular sized dog. Chihuahuas are dogs also. But the chihuahua tries to fight like a regular sized dog or even a slightly big dog. I always had when I was a kid, I had a little wiener dog, and they have an angry disposition. If you ever seen a wiener dog, I might too if I was one of those kind of things. It's a kind of a freak of nature, or a freak of human nature. Humans made it. And that little dog, it would always try to bite this big dog. It's like, that dog is too big. Don't bite that dog. Don't bite the big dog. Bite the regular, bite something your own size, you know, or just don't bite it at all. Be in control of your emotions. Don't be the chihuahua. Be in control. So you think of that drinking, but that's not what you're thinking at the time. So you're drinking because you think that it's going to help you, but all it is doing is making you, you know, impaired and picking your impaired driver, and it's also not going to help with your emotional state when you're sober. You're like, I'm mad at my father, and then you're going up there and you're drinking a little bit, and then the road is skinny. It's not a wide road, and you knew it was going to not be a wide road, and things top heavy, and you're stumbling around a little bit, and it's like maybe if you were drinking a little bit less, you would just stop here and realize that you should just pull over. Your father was incorrect, and it's okay. You know, everybody makes mistakes, and it's like, oh, I still love you, Father. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes in judgment, but instead you're doing that, and then you kill your entire family. If you killed your entire family, and then Christmas rolls around, and you're like, well, I'm alone on Christmas, and it's all my fault. I killed my entire family, and I don't wish my father any harm. I knew I was an alcoholic. It was my fault. I've come to terms with how alcoholism works, and I understand that it's only my fault, and you can't blame others. It's like you have to blame yourself and admit your problems. And other people, maybe they're around and they're not helping so much, but the only person that like can drink or not is you. It's yourself, and you can't, like, other people aren't drinking for you. They can't. Maybe they can make you swallow because otherwise you're gonna drown or something if they pour all that stuff in there. That's kind of like, that movie, is it North by Northwest, and they get that guy drunk by just like pouring liquor into his face. That's pretty scary. I don't know. I don't remember like how much. How did they, like? I think they made it like poured liquor into his face until he passed out, and then they like put him behind the wheel of like a plane or something crazy, or maybe he's just like running away, but they just like pour liquor on him. I don't know if that's gonna work. It worked in that movie though. It's pretty freaky. Like, look out for that and get liquor poured like down your gullet. You put behind a plane, you like wake up and suddenly you're flying a plane. Like, oh, what happened? I'm wasted and I'm flying a plane. I didn't think this was what was going to happen to me today or at all ever. But you're already on this like crazy adventure and you're Cary Grant and this is the 60s and you're in that movie from Alfred Hitchcock and you're going to like Mount Rainier or something like that. But if if it's your fault that you killed your family, and then you have those holidays like the Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays, and you feel bad and you're like, oh, it's all my fault. But I think most of the time if you have no family and it's not your fault because maybe your family abandoned you or something when you were a kid, or they're all dead from natural causes or something, or the same thing happened, but it was your father who was driving the thing and was alcoholic and was mad at the family, but you stayed home, you were going to school, and you said, Father, I'm going to school and you can have fun and I believe in you and everything's fine and we're a loving family except for that you're an alcoholic, but I didn't know about that necessarily. And you all died, or maybe they just all died, they all got sick. You're just an unlucky person. Some people are an unlucky person and all your family dies. But then you have the holidays and it's sad. It's kind of sad on the Christmas, when Christmas rolls around, you're like, well, I'm sad right now and my whole family's dead and that's sad. But at least, well, you don't think this at the time though, but really, in the grand scheme of things, at least that it's not your fault necessarily, and that you can't really control what's going on with your family. And then you get to this holiday here, and you don't have a relationship, like you don't have a relationship with your family because they just don't exist. So you're not going to like create your own family, which I guess you can create your own family. Some people do create their own families, and you can choose your family, and you can have a new family, and you can create a family if you have, I guess, children or something, or even just by, like, getting a group of people together and just saying that it's like this is a family now, and that counts. It does count. You can have a family that you make, and you've made them your family. If you don't have the best biological family, you can create a new family. You can adopt, or you can be adopted, or your peers can just be your family. As people, we can create our own families, and then you can continue to celebrate the holidays if you choose to. You can also like not celebrate the holidays and like not have to be right in the same like holiday, like the society's holiday rules. You don't have to follow these things if you don't choose to. But society does put a lot of pressure on you, and I don't think that's the best. So those holidays roll around though, and it's sad, and you don't have relationships. And then even with New Year's, you don't have a lot of relationships, but that's okay kind of too. But then this one rolls around, and then you're like, well, I don't have a loving relationship, and it's my fault if you're thinking about it like that, and you're trying to letting society's like rules and regulations and everything, they're letting them get you down or something. You say this is all my fault. That's what you should think. Maybe it is your fault. It's like, oh, you can go, like, if you want love, go find it, and if you should be happy, and if you're not, like, finding it yourself, and you should be content. So be content whatever you're doing. I mean, I think you should be content either way. But if you're trying to go, like, it's not going to find you. You gotta put some effort into it. That's how it works. That's how things work like that. But you didn't put effort into it, so it's extra. It's an extra sad one if you don't have a relationship. I feel this one instead of Christmas. This one is the extra sad one because it's like, oh, it's like somehow your fault, or you're undesirable. It's like, oh, am I undesirable? And maybe, but that's you. It's all you. It's all on you. Become desirable if you want to, but don't if you don't. I mean, I think it's fine if you don't want to, and I think you shouldn't have to. And who you are though, you don't have to try. You just got to find that person out there. You got to look for them. They're out there. They're out there for you, for everybody, unless you don't want to find them. Let's take a look at some of this tape stuff. Let's take a look at 2016. 2016. Let's see here. 17. Is this 16? Yeah, here it is. I kind of stopped doing that whole box thing. That was like the tour stuff. Well, what's in there right now? It's some of that Mr. Catherine stuff. It's 2016.
On this day, 1975.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're doing the history time in 2016. When it was like close history. Can't really do that anymore.
360-836-4384. Leave a message. Bye.
Today, Carl reveals that he's a 9/11 conspiracy theorist.
Well, yeah.
And
it's okay.
That's what I'm talking
And it's
about.
okay.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I was born on this day, 1975.
Oh yeah.
This is episode 1975, people. Yeah, birth year.
11:32 a.m. at channel 22. We talked to some new people who were calling the show.
1975 episodes.
You can call the show also 360-836.
Yeah.
Call, leave a message, get on TV.
Because you know when you want to come on TV too. You just know it.
Bye.
You know
Bye.
it. Bye.
Watch it. I know it. You're right, Carl. I do know it, and that's why I'm here. All right, here's 2017. This year in 2017. Oh, wait, was that 2016? We didn't even acknowledge. I think I might have looked at the wrong day. I think we should look at 2016 again after this. Oh, yeah. Like
SpongeBob.
It's definitely supposed to be the 14th. Well, I think I might have acknowledged the whole thing in the past, so.
Don't build walls, man.
Go through walls, man. Yeah, I did the first like 20 or so minutes by myself here, and I was thinking about Mr. Ginsu's emotions. We never actually went to any of his messages. And we talked to Yellowfellow for like
40 minutes, really.
Oh yeah, like
SpongeBob.
we talked to Yellowfellow for about more than 45 minutes today.
And then I showed up somewhere.
Before that, I showed up, and
Wow.
you know, it's a good episode. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about.
It's Valentine's Day today. We're acknowledging it. We didn't acknowledge it last year. Hi, 2018. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. You. Oh.
SpongeBob.
I'm talking to myself in the future like Carl does.
Trying to get Yellowfellow to stop talking about SpongeBob.
Yeah. In a productive way, not in like a.
Not trying to stop anybody.
Bye.
Do what you want. That's good that we said that because I was a little bit worried about it myself in the past. Like, you can't control others, you know that. I think I knew that then, I don't know that now. It was the right day. We just didn't acknowledge it. That's what we said in 2016, and we were right about that. Right? This is it. Right? 1975.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I was born on this day, 1975.
Oh yeah.
This is episode 1975, people.
More about Carl's
Yeah,
birth year.
birth year.
This holiday.
We talked to some new people who were calling the show.
1975
Oh, new
episodes.
people. I don't know. Maybe there are new people calling the show.
Yeah.
Call, leave a message, get on TV.
I
You know
haven't
when
looked
you
at the
want to come
messages
on
in
TV
weeks.
too. You just know it.
Bye.
Bye.
You know it. Bye.
It's been like 10 days or so since we've got or probably more. We're gonna get those phones back maybe someday. I did get a second router, so we're in motions towards getting it going. Here's the messages from the past, the recent ones. We're gonna record a new one, then we're gonna look at this one. We'll look at a couple of weeks. That was yesterday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Oh, and we got the whole replay too. We're gonna look at this replay. We've been recording the replay the whole time. We didn't look at it. And the longer we go, the more replay we have to look at, and the less time we have to acknowledge it and look at it. Oh yeah. About the family. Hey, future. It's us, the past. It's Wednesday the 14th, and remember, like how some of the holidays it could be your fault that you're all alone in your relationships, but on other holidays it's more your fault, and that if you want love, you have to find it, and you have to, do something about it. It's not gonna fall. Nothing's gonna fall into your lap. You're like, oh, I wish for things, and wishes don't fall into your lap, and that's something to remember, especially on the holidays when you're trying to be like self-loathing or something. Love yourself. Bye. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? Can I get an amen? Oh, yeah, here's the replay. It would also be dangerous at this point. Let's see. Well, am I just going to say it anyway? Say this thing? Or are you going to believe it? Believe that! Maybe it's almost like that. You can hurt your emotions. And it feels, a floating jug. It feels like a real, it's not though. It feels like you're gonna be dead, but then you're like, oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna be dead. And then you're not dead, and you're fine, you're healthy and stuff. And other people, they're just trying to survive every day. Like, where am I gonna get water today? That's what some people think. Like, I'm thirsty, I need some water. And they're gonna say, like, oh, I am heartbroken. Let's see. Well, I am dying of thirst. Literally dying. If I don't get some water soon, I'm going to die. Yeah. All I have to drink is like old water that's questionable. And then it's like if you get sick though, if you get like any kind of disease, but you need extra food. Yeah, extra. Oh, the water is poison. Don't eat poison water. That'll make you sick. It's in the name. No poison. Don't consume poison. Don't do bad things to yourself. All right, here we go. We're looking at the messages from the past. It's gonna be. So let's look at a week. Should we look at a week or 2 weeks? That was Tuesday, that was yesterday, and before that was Monday. And before Monday is Sunday. Yeah, is it Sunday yet? And before Sunday becomes Saturday, yeah, that's right, with Jackson and Freddie. Saturday and then Sunday. No, Friday. Time is hard. Thursday before Friday. Wednesday before Thursday. And then Tuesday, that's 1 week. I guess we're going to go 2 weeks. Wednesday, this is Tuesday. Before Tuesday is Monday. Before Monday is Sunday. Before Sunday, Saturday, which is going to show the Friday, I think. Fake Friday, right? Yeah, right here. Yeah, fake Friday. Then real Friday. And then Thursday before that. Here's Thursday, and then before Thursday is Wednesday. And then that's today. This is the one we're going to look at, starting Wednesday. Bye. Bye. Monto che balorce balate con sondo. Oh, formate con technique da. Con santo pom Streaky Mondo.
Ahala.
Streaky Mondo.
E beso e balongo te monte. Arichi Ambambo, a Honda, Sunday Erico.
A Hondo Ermike.
Honda for.
Bye. Bye.
What do you got to say in the future, Bella?
Damn, what are you doing? That's what you always say.
All right, bye, future.
Bye.
Oh.
Bye.
Yeah, you didn't get the wave today, sorry.
And they're waving. Oh, yeah.
It's us, the past. I'm over here today. It's Saturday, Fake Friday, and we're it's not Friday. It's Saturday.
Fake Friday.
Third. Fake out Friday. That thing is wrong because I didn't change the right day because of the one TCTV Only have 5
thing.
minutes.
Sometimes it's easy to jump through
just
it. We're back
fixing-
here. Remember the toilet thing?
Yeah.
How don't like descend your own species when the birds and stuff. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Hey, future, it's us. The past, it's Sunday, and the numbers have been off recently. If you didn't notice that, we're still here on the couch, and the phones are still broke, and there's nobody who's out there. I know, maybe we're gonna just mumble, but we could say things, real things. Sunday. Bye. Bye. Hey, future, it's us, the past. Yesterday we watered the plant. How's it doing?
Whoa.
It's Monday, and saw that whole thing. Remember yesterday we lost consciousness.
Yeah.
Today we're back on, and maybe we're going to make it this time. I have a good feeling about this one. Thanks and goodbye.
Bye. That was the last
I
week.
spilled some water.
Oh. Because when you start getting sick, I think on Monday or Tuesday.
Hey, future, it's us. The past.
I'm all better now.
It's Tuesday, and we're here talking about, what was that thing? Compromise. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, future. It's us, the past. It's Wednesday, and I'm feeling slightly under the weather. We're back to the weather, up and feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you feel great that sometimes you
I'll
don't.
remember.
Okay.
I'll remember what sickness feels like.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm gonna live in the then.
Hey, future, happy belated birthday if you're me in the future. Let's see. Yeah, try to do new things. Do new things and don't get into car accidents and stay well, be well.
Bye.
Bye.
Make something every day.
Hey, future, it's us, the past. It is Friday, and feeling a little bit ill. Remember this? How you gonna feel better later on, and remember when you're not the best and to feel a bit better.
I'll try.
Remember when they were on vacation Far East? Bye.
Bye.
Hey, future, it's us.
It's the past. Hey, program.
Hi.
It's 2018. It's February 10th. Keep doing things, planning. We're already prepared.
Yeah. What do you, Jackson?
Go
Yeah.
save somebody's life.
Have a good time.
Save your own life. CPR and Heimlich maneuvers.
We'll see you in a year.
Bye.
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 Hey, future, it's us, the past.
Oh, hey, past.
We're back here. It's Sunday, and we're looking at the thing. We're doing the doubled up deal like this.
The double
And,
up deal.
It's going. I'm feeling good. Today I feel better, no longer ill, and I got on my fingers. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, future.
Hey.
It's us, the past.
Oh, hi,
It's
past.
Monday. Remember how the park ranger is trying to charge you to get into national parks? You're
Oh,
gonna
what's
pretend
with
to
that?
be a
That's
bear
crap.
And live like a bear, and then you have to prove to the park ranger that you're a bear now.
I am not
And
a
then
bear.
believe you, and then he's trying to charge you, and you're like, I'm just trying to get nature for free. That's what it's like here.
I'm a person.
It's Monday, no phone still. Okay, thanks.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm not a bear, park ranger. How dare you? Hey, future, it's us.
Let's take a look at some of this taped stuff.
The past. It's Tuesday, and there's the replay. We're over here. Today, we're talking about the replay, about the Tuesdays, and about animals or something. I don't know, lots of things. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, future.
Hey.
It's us, the past.
This is today, right? Yeah.
It's Wednesday,
Wednesday.
the 14th, and remember,
What?
like how some of the holidays it could be your fault that you're all alone in your relationships, but on other holidays, it's more your fault, and that if you want love, you have to find it, and you have to, do something about it.
Do something.
Nothing's gonna fall into your lap.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I wish for things, and wishes don't fall into your lap, and that's something to remember, especially on the holidays when you're trying to be like self-loathing or something. Love yourself. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, looks like we made it through the show. It's about over. Thanks to the past and thanks to the inventors, and be like in these hard times. Remember that you deserve it. And this is bad. I guess you only deserve the good things. Otherwise, that's a weird thing to say. Thanks for watching. It's Wednesday. We're on TCTV channel 22 at 11:30 and 2 a.m. Yeah, online YDHWM.com. 360-836-4384. Call and leave a message. You get on TV. Yeah. 109 State Avenue, number 3. Check it out. Graham, that's a good song. Thank you. TCTV, La Baby, Jordan E. Fabulous, Graham, Southpaw.com, Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you, and viewers, it's you're watching. Thank you. Hell yeah, dog! Bye.